Welcome back to the Real Estate News. With me now is Beverly Serral with Beverly Serral Properties. Hi, Beverly.
Hi, Jenny.
So I love it when you join us because you always bring up topics that are so important in real estate but rarely discussed. And so one of those is photography. So how important do you consider photography to be in listing real estate?
Oh, well, okay, that's a great question. I would say the word that comes to mind is crucial. It's crucially important. You know, I was here a couple of weeks ago and we were talking about choosing the right listing agent for your property and how important the presentation of your property is to potential buyers and also to other agents. So what's the first thing that a potential buyer is going to see when they're scanning the internet in their search for a property? And that's not only the picture, but the primary picture. The number one picture that they'll see on that internet shot will either lead them to look for other pictures of the property and details or have them skip right on by to the next one.
Now, can you give me some examples of maybe bad photography?
Yes, I brought a few with me today, and we're
good.
going to be scrolling through those while you and I are talking. There'll be some do's and don'ts scrolling across the screen. And it'll be very easy to see which ones are the don'ts, and the most often kind of offensive photography includes things like very poor lighting, dark, wrong angles, zeroing in on furnishings rather than the entire scope of the room. Some photographs even have people in them or pets or a part of the photographer, his or herself, really over or underexposed photographs, bad angles of the sun, you name it, they run the gamut.
Well, so what would you say the most important thing is to remember when you're photographing a property?
Well, I think the most important thing to remember is to hire a professional. So as you're a seller and you're thinking of listing your property and you're interviewing agents, and again, going back to the whole presentation that your listing agent is going to make of your property, talk to that person and make sure that they're going to hire a professional photographer. You know, I feel like I'm good at a lot of things, but I am not a professional photographer. I don't have the technical expertise. I don't have the equipment to do the right job. What I can do and do with all of our listings are professionally photographed, and I work with the photographer to set up the scene, to show the things that we want to show, focus in on the things that are good and positive things, and set the angles and the shots, and then make sure that we've shown the property to its best advantage. But I'm not a Photoshop whiz, and I want to leave that to the professional.
Okay, now should the primary photo always be an exterior shot?
Oh, that's a question that I'm very often asked, and the answer is almost always. Particularly with a single family home, and you have a great exterior shot and a very good angle, I would say always to promote that as your primary photo. If you have a single family home and you have a lot of trees, or for some reason, or maybe that's not the best attribute of your property, show a great interior photo first, but then go ahead and show your exterior as maybe a second photo. It's a little bit less important with a villa. If you're talking about a villa or a condo here, you know, the Villa Mare building is the same in every shot. Heritage villas all pretty much look the same from the exterior. With a villa or a condo, I say go with maybe a great view shot or a great interior to view shot.
Okay, now before we wrap up, do you have a final real estate don't?
A final photography don't would be, don't allow your photographer, no matter how great he or she is, to go crazy with the technical aspects. So as the other side of the pendulum swinging would be that sometimes homes look cartoonish or even unreal if they've been overly embellished and photoshopped. I've even been with potential buyers who were actually disappointed when they saw the real thing because the photography really made it look a little different than it actually was.
Well, as always, Beverly, so much helpful information. Thank you so much for your time today.
You're welcome.